All right, welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Dawson Cram, who will be driving the 41, this time Overton's Chevrolet, for Dawson Cram Enterprises. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Casey?
I'm doing well. Of course, Dawson will be checking in regularly throughout the season because we're going to kind of see, just update how his progress is going throughout the Truck Series season. That sound good, bud?
Yes, sir. That sounds great. If we could do this every week, I'd be more than happy to come on and do it.
Yeah. Okay, so of course, Las Vegas, you were part of the many trucks that were sponsored by Camping World. Another truck that, of course, was, this week, Overton's will be on several trucks this week, and I think it's going to be more than there were camping, more than that there were in Vegas. So, what's it like to be, I know you stayed up all night. I think like Wednesday, trying to wrap this thing. So, what's it been like to, get a lot of support from the series?
Well, it's been very good to us to have support because we didn't have much support before Marcus came on Twitter about 2 weeks ago and made that first tweet about Camping World. We jumped on that and I got in contact with Marcus and we went and wrapped that truck. Ran Vegas is a great deal. And then me and Marcus talked more and finally we got the all clear and we got I sent him 3 concepts. We agreed on one and then finally we got it all put into production. But this time we didn't have anybody to help as we did for Vegas. Vegas, we had like 10 people helping wrap it. This time it was just me and 3 other people wrapping it, mostly just 2 other people wrapping it. So it took a pretty long time to get it done.
Yeah. So kind of go into what, we're going to Atlanta this weekend. Have you ever been there? What's it going to be like?
So the last time I was at Atlanta, I was 10 years old on the quarter mile in a Bandolero. So I've never ran the actual mile and a half at Atlanta.
So is it going to be, have you like done some iRacing or something like that or to practice or like that? Because, we're going to these tracks, of course, no practice, no qualifying. So be the first time out there is when you start your engine and take the green flag. What's that going to be like?
So last year I ran, I think it was 12 new tracks without practice, qualifying, straight to green. So I'm pretty educated in that sense of racing. It is very challenging to go straight to green. We kind of use the first stage as a practice and try to stay on the lead lap, and then we start to race a little bit more as the run goes on. But I've talked with other drivers and I've looked at the sim numbers with the Chevy sim, and it's actually the worst grip track by double over Homestead.
Really?
Yep. So that'll be interesting to see how that runs because I've been to Darlington and Homestead, which are both, 2 of the more worn out places that the Truck Series goes to. So it'll be interesting to see if I can put those lessons I learned at those tracks into motion at Atlanta.
What makes Atlanta so tough, bud?
So they say that it's very, very brutal on tires and equipment, and you kind of have to save and know when to go, and then you can only run so many lanes. You can only run up to the third seam in 1 and 2, and you can only run the bottom in 3 and 4, where most of the mile and a half we go to, you can run almost the entire track, both ends.
Yeah. So kind of going into, this weekend, what's it going to take to get a good finish at Atlanta?
I think it's going to take, keeping your nose clean if it goes how it went at Vegas. The Truck Series is very competitive right now. There's a lot of good trucks and they're all on top of each other on restarts, and sometimes accidents happen because you don't have drivers that are used to how a truck drives and they get themselves in situations that they're not ready for. So I feel like getting a good finish in the Truck Series right now, you have to race more smart than you have to race hard.
So, we're coming up to, it's going to be a stretch of weekends for you guys. Of course, you got the Bristol Dirt Race coming up next week. Do you have any like experience on dirt or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually have a dirt championship.
Really? That's awesome.
Yep.
How excited are you for this, this upcoming race with the dirt coming up?
Well, it'll be different for sure. We haven't done many dirt races. I've never done a dirt race in a full body stock car on dirt before, but we've also never ran at Bristol on dirt with a truck, and we don't know exactly how it's going to go. I've been watching the late model races up there, and it seems to be going okay. I've seen like 10 of them flip so far, but the track seems to be saying, well, it's just tough because you can't really go in there thinking like a dirt race because it's not going to act like a dirt race.
Yeah. Okay. So let's kind of get to know you a little bit, Dawson. Um,
Okay.
okay. So what's your, if you're not racing or working on the trucks, what are you doing?
Mainly hanging around streetcar stuff like straight line drag racing stuff.
Are you a big NHRA guy?
No, not big NHRA, mainly just streetcar stuff that are big and powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Besides NASCAR, do you watch any other racing series?
I do watch IMSA a little bit, but not enough to know anybody's names or anything like that. And I used to watch Trans Am a good amount because those cars are so cool to watch.
Trans Am will be on this weekend. They're over at the Roval. So
Yep, I did hear about that. Sam Mayer and Connor Mozak are both running a car together.
well, they're teammates, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I actually had them both on this week. Um,
Okay.
what's your favorite TV, Netflix, Hulu show?
Probably The Big Bang Theory.
Okay. Um, what's your favorite food? Do
Pasta.
you have any pets?
Yeah, I have two dogs. Actually, one of them's laying at my feet right now.
Nice. Um, what's your favorite sports team?
Uh, I guess Cram Racing Enterprises.
You're not a big football, baseball. Okay.
Nope, I never could get into it. I never have been into it.
Okay, fair enough. Um, what is there anything like any other like forms of racing that you would want to try?
I would really love to try either off-road trucks or those stadium super trucks, something in that category, or like a rally car. I feel like I would have a blast in a rally car.
Nice. Um, and finally, what's your all-time favorite track?
Um, I guess Hickory Motor Speedway in Hickory, just about 30 minutes from where I live. I grew up racing there in late models from I was like 13 up to when I started running trucks.
Nice. All right. Well, Dawson, thank you so much for catching up with us a little bit, and then we'll talk to you next week at the one before we head to the Bristol Dirt Race.
All right, thank you, Casey.